Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collinsville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked to be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collinsville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1 2, but we're number one. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's still easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me. K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, all the fresh sophomores,
High school,
Jordan,
champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Just in time. And very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Public Stadium here at West Elementary School in Alton. Kind of our home away from home here lately. We were here on Saturday. We're here today, and hopefully we'll be back again this coming Saturday as we welcome you in to our coverage of the Class 4A Boys Regional Soccer Tournament here at Alton as your Collinsville K-Hawks get ready to take on the Alton Redbirds in this regional semifinal contest. Welcome again into the Chiropractic Works pregame show, brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives, all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us. Brett Borum on the other microphone here in just a little while, and Chris Kettler is along with us too, and he'll be operating the camera here this afternoon as we get you ready for this game between the number 1 seeded Collinsville Kahawks under their 5th-year head coach Rob Lugi against the number 8 seeded Alton Redbirds under their 2nd-year head coach Tyler Hamilton. Collinsville comes in with an overall record of 17-3-2 on the season. They finished 9-1 in the Southwestern Conference and are Southwestern Conference champions. Alton comes in with a record of 2-18, and they did not win a game in the Southwestern Conference. They went 0-10. Kahawks heading into the playoffs riding a 13-game win streak, have not lost since a 1-0 loss to CBC back on September 11th. CBC right now, by the way, 13-3-1 on the year, so that'll tell you about the competition. 10 of Collinsville's 21 games were won via the shutout. The CBC game was the only game in which Collinsville got shut out themselves, and they didn't score a goal. Adam Reidiger talked about that in the pregame interview coming up here in just a moment with Coach Lugi. He was in a couple of top 20 categories as far as all of St. Louis area soccer is concerned, as is Jackson Perrell. We'll touch on that in the pregame interview, which will come your way with Collinsville head coach Rob Lugi after a timeout here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show on the Kahawk Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. In Collinsville, that person is Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor. Jason Regg will work to build a complete picture of your financial life, including your unique goals and passions. Jason Regg of your Collinsville Edward Jones office plays a big part in the community and the Collinsville Unit 10 School District with his Kahawk Educator of the Month award. To take care of the things along the path of you and your family's financial journey, call Jason Regg at the Collinsville Edward Jones office at 618-344-0252. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, Feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
Here for some soccer, and it is playoff time. Class 3A boys regional getting underway as Collinsville gets ready to take on host Alton. And joining us now is Rob Lugi on the pregame show. All right, so your regular season is over. Let me get your thoughts on this regular season. And man, what a regular season it was. You guys are really young, and your young guys really stepped it up this year.
They did. They did exactly what we were asking them to do. Play simple, play fast, blend in and, just be part of the team. And, thanks to our seniors for, being good leaders and kind of, allowing them to take charge at times.
4-3-2 after 9 games, after a 1-0 loss to CBC with that young team. How did this team go about turning things around to where you currently stand with a 13-game winning streak heading into the playoffs?
Kind of slow. Well, I don't want to say slow down because we picked our pace of play up, but we modified our formation a little bit. We found a second attacker who was dangerous as anybody I've ever seen in Jalen and who's willing to, pass the ball instead of shoot. And that has helped Adam Reiniger out. It's helped other players out. We've found players to fit the style that we want to play, and we've just kind of been rolling with it.
Is that the biggest difference there between the first 9 games and the last 13?
Yeah, so in my mind, Adam is an amazing attacker, and he was struggling a tad to score goals at the beginning. But once Jalen started to step up and play really well, and that for me that was at the Webster Groves game, which I think was the week prior to that, the Friday before. That kind of changed the dynamic of our team, and we haven't looked back since.
Kind of reshuffled your back line too, didn't you?
We did, and that was mostly just to match up against CBC, the style that they play, and it worked out really well for us, so we ran with it, and it's worked out so far.
You already mentioned Adam Reiniger. I was doing my homework. Top 30 in 2 categories. 17 goals puts him number 30 in all the St. Louis metro area, and his 5 game-winning goals is number 20 in all of the St. Louis metro area. So talk about your, I guess you'd call him your star player.
Adam he's a very unassuming player for a star player. He just goes about his business, works as hard as he can. And that just kind of, it's everybody on this team, really. We have a bunch of talented players that just do what's asked of them and, work well together.
And where would you be without your goalkeeper, Jackson Perrell, man? He's in the top 20 in 4 different categories. Winning percentage, his record, 79% of all games played. Number 20 in goals against average this year. So where would you be without him?
Jackson's done well in goal. He's played simple. He's made saves when he was supposed to. And I think that also comes with our back line playing really well. Dane being our center back has done well, and he's flanked by 2 seniors that defend really well and just know the game and know our style. So I think the 4 of them together have done an amazing job.
Yeah, I was going to say Jackson Perrell is nowhere on the list to be found as far as top 40 of saves made during a season because you guys just don't allow that many shots on goal or that many goals.
Yeah, our backs, our wingers, they play simple. They play fast, and I think it's our speed of play that really catches people off guard. And then Dane he's a leader back there, especially for just being a sophomore. And we put a lot of pressure on him to lead, and so far he's done a great job at it.
All right, so I'm going to guess here that I'm 100% right when I say you were at Edwardsville last night for the regional.
I was not. I was watching it.
See, I missed it again.
I was watching it. I love technology. Like I was sitting in a lawn chair in my garage watching it on TV. It was a great thing. Technology is an amazing thing, except for when people scout us.
Yeah. Well, and I noticed that last night that they were doing a great job streaming their game. My stuff doesn't work out there, so I have to find out what they're using that I'm not using.
No, it was great. I was able to watch that game and watch the O'Fallon game, from home. So you have to be able to spend some time with my family and still, scout.
Heading into the playoffs, how's the health of your team?
Good. Everybody's right where we need to be.
All right, so we have Alton tonight. What do you know about Alton? I know you faced him twice, beat him twice. What do you have to do it a third time?
For us, it's just continue to play the style that we have. Defend really strong from our attackers back to our backs, play as simple as possible, and just, play with a pace that they can't match.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Rob Lugi, your Collinsville Kahok boys soccer coach. We'll take a break here on the Chiropractic Works pregame show. When we come back, starting lineup, more names, more numbers, all that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Chiropractic Works, our mission is to help as many people live as high quality of life for as long as possible without the use of drugs and surgery. We have state-of-the-art testing available to see if we think we might be able to help you with any health issues that you're dealing with. Whether it's neck pain, back pain, headache, sinus, allergies, numbness, tingling, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, knee, or ankle problems, we've helped many people solve these issues without the use of drugs and surgery. If you'd like to get to the root cause of your health problems, feel free to give us a call and schedule a consultation or a new patient exam to see if we think we might be able to help you.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. And once again, we welcome you back to Public Stadium here at Alton West Elementary High School. Todd Duke, Brett Borm, Chris Kettler along with you. Just about ready to go here between Collinsville and Alton for this Class 3A playoff regional semifinal. Brett Borm, how you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good, Todd. How are you?
Not doing too bad. Your thoughts on the coach's comments in the pregame interview?
Man, there was so much to digest there. So much to digest when he does his pregames. But got to touch on Adam Reiniger a little bit. I've been watching Adam for many years, since the boys were about 8 years old, and he's exactly right. Unassuming is the exact way I would describe Adam, but he's relentless, and he's a goal scorer, and he's had a fantastic season as a sophomore.
All right, we are underway. Collinsville is the team in the purple, of course, and they have the white numbers on the fronts and the backs, little white stripe down the sides of their shorts. Alton, they're here in black shorts and white jerseys. They have red numbers on the fronts and the backs, and the first couple of seconds go by, and a ball out of bounds as Collinsville will be attacking the goal to your left, and that is where you will find Noah Harden. He is a goalkeeper, but he's listed on the roster as a forward. He's a senior, stands at 5'9", 165 pounds. He will be opposed by Jackson Perrell. Perrell, a senior goalkeeper, and we'll give you some numbers on him in just a moment. Not a lot of numbers I found for Alton. They've only scored 9 goals all year long, if you can believe that or not. So. And I didn't find any goalkeeper stats on there, and wouldn't have helped me out much anyway because their two goalkeepers, Aiden Belchick and Owen Sutton, listed on their roster, are not one of the two goalkeepers that are playing tonight, so I would have had a hard time getting anything from that anyway.
Yeah, it sounds like Alton's had a really tough year. I think you said 0-10 in the conference. You know, that tells me that either A, they're a young team, or B, they're just lacking a little bit of talent.
Yeah. All right. Up the middle of the field we go, and over on the far side, Gage Anderson for Alton sends it out of bounds, and Collinsville will have a throw-in from over there, and it's going to come from Landon Mahat. Got the green shoes on tonight. Ditched the pink shoes. He said he ripped them.
Well, the quality of the shoes that are made these days, they don't last long. They're extremely lightweight. So
yeah, there's a lot of nylon.
There's a lot of nylon. There's no leather anymore, I'll tell you that.
Well, all right, Collinsville sends it down range, and trying to chase it down is Sam Garofalo over here on this far sideline. He keeps it from going out of bounds and tries to put it right in between the legs of Alex Steiner, and that just bounced off of Steiner's ankles and kept going forward. And now Frankie Prediger is scooting the ball up. Collinsville has to go back and play some defense. Compton does that, sends it over to Jackson Perrell, and Perrell will send it back out to midfield off of one of the Alton players, and it comes down for Kahok's leading goal scorer on the year, Adam Reiniger. Out to midfield it goes for Jimmy Crowder. Reiniger on the year, 17 goals, 3 assists, good for 37 points, and we mentioned the 5 game-winning goals in the pregame show with Coach Lugi. And now Alton takes over once again. Collinsville beat Alton both times this year that they played each other, once at Alton and once at Collinsville. As play moves over onto the far side. Crowder and Mahat over there, and it is off of the leg of Cameron Belchick, and Collinsville will have it. Nope, they're going to call it the other way around, so did not go off of Belchick. Collinsville trying to move the ball up. Man, Mahat with it. Mahat off of the Alton player, and thought that one was going our way too.
So did I.
Yeah, guess not. All the way into the box it goes, and on the far side, Hensler circles and sends the ball up, and it's headed right back into the box, but there is Dane Compton to send it back out. Out to midfield it goes, off of Reiniger, trying to find Wade. Wade sends the ball over, and Trey Peterson sends it up. Wade takes a fall, and Peterson will have to go back and retreat. Gets it over to Hensler. Hensler punches it up the far sideline to Wade, and it bounces off him, goes to Mahat. Now Mahat trying to spring Wade all the way over on that far sideline, comes into the box, and will send one over the line, and they're going to say that was off of Wade and not off of the Alton player, so we're going to have a goal kick restart. I saw that too.
I don't get that. I thought that was a corner kick.
I did too. I thought he kicked it off of the shins of the Alton player, but maybe it was already over the line when he did it.
That's possible. Thus far early on, I'm seeing a lot of body play on Adam Reiniger so far. I've seen a couple two-hand shoves to the back twice. I don't know if that's something Alton's trying to do early on, is put a body on Adam, but something to keep an eye on.
I will ask you folks that are watching on here if you could drop me a chat on the old chat box here. If the audio is lined up with the video, normally when I'm on my camera it's 1 second behind, but it appeared to me it was like 3 seconds off, so I went ahead and reset it. So let me know. Here is Compton. Compton sends the ball over here on this side to Lorsbach. Lorsbach sends the ball up across the midfield stripe and gets it over to Crowder, and then off of Bodie, and back over here for Garofalo. Garofalo has the ball sent up off of the foot of Crowder, and that one goes out of bounds. Throw in right at the end of the Kahok bench. And it'll be taken by Alex Steiner. Steiner tosses it, and off a body, and back down toward Jackson Perrell, and Compton will just send it back to the Kahok goalkeeper. Perrell sends it over onto the far side into the middle now for Hensler. Hensler gets rid of his defender with a nice spin move, sends it over here to Lorsbach, and then Lorsbach will send it up to midfield and beyond, but it's stopped there, and Alton takes over once again. Out to midfield off of the arm of Mahat, and then Alton will have to go back and play some defense because here comes Trey Peterson. Peterson got around one defender, sends the ball up. Oh, just missed on the pass to Wade. I'm telling you, by about a big toe. That was about it. Back out to midfield we go. Lorsbach, he'll send the ball up and finds Crowder. Crowder, and a whistle will stop the action there. Collinsville will have a free kick from midfield. And here is Mahat, wasting no time, sending it on up off of the head of Reiniger and into the hands of Noah Harden. And then Alton avoids a scoring opportunity, which we have not seen anything like that so far here in this game by either team.
Yeah, 6 minutes in, I'm really feeling like Collinsville's not come out with the fire that they have in the last 5 or 6 games. I see a little bit of tentativeness. I feel like they're trying to feel out Alton a little bit. Man, you got to strike. Alton's not going to be a strong team. We got to come out and play with a little
Take it
fire.
to him.
Yeah.
Here's a bouncing ball toward Wade. Wade side kicks it and sends it on up to Reiniger, but Reiniger couldn't control it. Comes out to Bodie. Bodie sends it over here to Garofalo. Garofalo steps in front of the defender and sends it off trying to find Crowder, but that was intercepted by Evan Duggar. And then back over this way for Garofalo. Garofalo will send it back to the defense in Lorsbach. Lorsbach will send it deeper back to the D, and Dane Compton, he'll take care of it all the way over to Hensler. Hensler, he'll move it up to midfield for Mahat. Mahat has a couple of defenders on each side. He'll just pop one into the zone,
ball.
and that one is going to be taken care of at the last second by Steiner, and then Steiner sends it up the line where it's stopped there by Bodie. Bodie looks around, surveys things, brings it back out toward the middle, sends it over to Hensler. Hensler pops it up over to Crowder. Crowder back over to Bodie, and Bodie will try this sideline for Garofalo. Garofalo looking to make a move. Sends the ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger trying to feed Garofalo right back, but that was partially tipped by one of the Alton players, and it ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in here, and it'll be Garofalo. He immediately throws it down onto the foot of Reiniger. Reiniger splits the defense with a nice pass to Bodie. Bodie with a shot, but that's blocked by Jacob Larson, and then Alton sends it all the way back out to midfield. That was probably the best opportunity, but it didn't even make it past the initial defenders as that ball was stopped. Here's a ball into the box on the left-hand wing. Garofalo sends it on a crossing, and it finds another Alton player. Comes down for Bodie. Bodie, he sends it over onto the far side, and Peterson breaking in on that right wing was trying that little flip kick right into the net while the ball was in the air, but he got under it too much.
That was a beautiful service by Bryson Bodie there at the top of the box. That was a much better sequence there, the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. Collinsville connecting feet, making their passes, nothing getting broken up like it had been in the first 6 minutes, so maybe that's a good sign.
So Alton gets a go kick restart here. And over here on this near sideline, Reiniger gets it up for Crowder. Crowder gets stuffed by the goalkeeper, Harden, at the last moment. Collinsville keeps it alive in the box, though, and another shot toward goal is going to go over the net. And Collinsville and Jimmy Crowder had a golden opportunity there.
That just shows the vision that Adam Reiniger has. He doesn't just score goals. He saw Jimmy Crowder motioning, play me the through ball into the attacking zone there. Fed Jimmy Crowder great. Goalie made a phenomenal save.
Sure did.
Phenomenal save.
Dove out and got his hands on it and stopped it right before it had a chance to keep on going forward toward the goal. So right now, Alton not too shabby as far as they're concerned. Here is Crowder. I'm sure Collinsville and their coaching staff's like, what's going on here? We're not looking like ourselves.
Again, I just feel like they're tentative. I feel like they're holding back.
Here's Reiniger. Sends it on over to Lorsbach, right below our location. Lorsbach across midfield, sends it back over to Garofalo. Garofalo up the line to Jalen Wade. Wade circles as he comes into the box. He is looking. He gets some speed, and he pokes it over to the side. That one's mishit, and it comes out, and luckily for Alton, they had one of their own players there, and then that's off of the shins of Garofalo and out of bounds. 30 minutes, 25 seconds left to play here in this first half. No, I guess my clock is still stuck. It doesn't work. Well, they got the scoreboard back, but the clock still won't work. I don't know what's going on with that. And I just downloaded the new version of the scoreboard, too. Thought maybe once I did that, it would take care of it. Play back at midfield. Alton pokes it back into their offensive zone. And Compton, he'll track it down over on the sideline, and he holds off his forward very nicely, and that ball ends up going out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw-in. So let me go ahead and get rid of this.
A little bit of a shuffle of the lineup here. Trey Peterson coming to the left side. Borum checking on the right side. Garofalo checking out.
Ain't no sense in having a scoreboard if it's not going to work, right? Or a clock.
Right. Just shows the.
It was stuck at 3 minutes and 57 seconds, or 30 minutes and 57 seconds, or something like that. I don't know.
The adaptability of Trey Peterson to just be able to play both sides of the field with both feet. I mean, what a strong player that kid is.
Adam Reiniger, top 30 in 2 categories this year. Goals scored, he was number 30 in all of St. Louis. And game-winning goals, he was number 20 with 5 in all of the St. Louis metro area. So congratulations to him. A couple of pretty good categories to be a top 30 part of. Whistle on the play.
Especially as a sophomore, Todd.
I mean,
Good Lord. 17 goals as a sophomore. What's he going to do as a junior and a senior?
25 and 30.
Let's write it down.
Okay, I'm not going to write that down.
Todd.
Here's Peterson. Sends it across, and it's sent right back. And Hensler does the same, and it comes out to Compton. Compton scoots it on over for Lorsbach. Lorsbach looks to get around his defender, and his defender was Ashton Sheppers, and
here we go. Come on, Jay.
He had a hard time with that. Here is Wade breaking it inside the box from the left wing, and that one goes across the end line, and that one is going to be a corner kick. Collinsville will have their first set piece of this game, and it's coming from the near corner. They won't shoot it. They'll just pass it, and here is a shot, and that one won't bend, and that was just a little bit too straight off of the foot of Landon Mahat, and it never did have any kind of curve to it. So a goal kick restart coming up here, and that's going to be handled by Aston Sheppers.
I don't know if Jay Wade got nicked here or what here on this near side.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a limp on his leg, so
Garofalo checking back in.
Out, and Garofalo checks back in, and Garofalo ends up with it, and over to Crowder. Crowder, he'll pop one over everybody's head. Trey Peterson tries to settle it down, but they called that offsides anyway. Peterson, sometimes his speed will get ahead of the defenders, and that's the offside.
Too fast for his own good?
Something like that, yeah. That ball goes out of bounds in front of the Alton bench. Throw in coming up here from Lorsbach. Reiniger gets shoved from behind.
That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. They're putting bodies on Adam Reiniger.
Well, wouldn't you if you were the opposing team?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. 26:45 left to play here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Alton. That's off of a head, and it'll go out of bounds. Looks like Jalen Wade's going to have a seat on the bench for a minute, get himself some water, and nobody's really looking at his leg, so I guess it's just a matter of him feeling better.
Right. He'll let him know when he's ready.
Another goal kick restart handled by Sheppers, and it comes out to midfield, close to midfield, and then it goes out of bounds. Throw in for Collinsville, and it comes up the line. Trying to get there is Garofalo, and he didn't mean to. He just kind of ran into the guy trying to get around him to get the ball, and that's going to be a free kick for Alton, but it's going to be from inside their own box, so no worries on anything close. Once again, Sheppers is going to take this. And he pops it up toward midfield on the far sideline. Down. Bodie. Over to Peterson. Peterson back to Lorsbach. Lorsbach lost it. Alton takes over. And over on the far side, that is Cameron Belchick. And he can't control it, so it ends up going out of bounds, and he tries to knock the ball out of Borm's hands.
Who took another 10 yards on his throw.
Always got to be sneaky. Borm, again, throws it back in. And I don't know. That one hit the Alton player a little weird. Jacob Larson got hit with that ball and then just kind of was hunched over for about 10 seconds before he got back up. There is a little chippy play, and no whistles are being blown, so back to the defense it goes, and here is Compton. Compton, right in front of the Alton bench, tips it over to Lorsbach. Lorsbach chips it up to Peterson. Peterson across midfield to Garofalo. Garofalo chips it right back to Peterson. Peterson trying to get that speed going and get around the defenders. He's got two of them, but chips it back to Garofalo. Garofalo gets shoved from behind, no call. Now Peterson, he'll come in on the left side, but closing down quickly was Steiner. And then Peterson gets it away from him. And Peterson looking for somebody to send it out to. Does so to Mahat. Mahat with a shot, and it goes high.
Got to get his knee over the ball. Collinsville's notorious for missing high.
They have been a lot this year. So I hope everybody's happy so far. I haven't had anybody tell me I'm off on the audio compared to the video, so I don't know. I'm guessing that's a good thing.
Hope so.
Yeah. Sheppers ready to send it back out again. And before that, we're going to have time stopped. 23:46 on the clock, and I'm not sure what the time is stopped for. Okay, you allow these guys to stop time to talk a little shop?
I have no idea what that was all about.
Neither do I.
I don't even know who this guy is down here. If he's a trainer or... Okay.
So the trainer saw something and called one of Alton's players off the field. That's Jacob Larson. Larson, that was the one who was hit earlier, and he kind of just looked dazed.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was just kind of there with his, he was kind of slumped over with his arms hanging down and didn't move for about 10 seconds. So something happened to him, and the trainer saw the same thing I did and told the referee to stop the clock so we can get him off the field. That would be my guess. Free kick coming up here for Alton. And they'll send it down. And it's a nice deep one. It's going to take one big bounce to Jackson Perrell. And with 23 minutes and 11 seconds left in this scoreless game, Perrell sends it out to midfield. Excuse me. Down it goes. Garofalo trying to chase it down before it goes out of bounds, and he couldn't. Throw in. Comes up that far sideline. And trying to send it back to the defense was Hensler, who's one of the defenders, and he ends up just banking it off the back of Mahat's heels. We're a little off.
I just do not feel like we're crisp right now.
Here's Lorsbach sending the ball up to Wade. Wade moves and shakes and tries to get away from some defenders, but he was overmatched. Had 3 defenders around him. And now the ball over on the sideline. And if you're Alton, you got to be feeling great about where you are right now. So, hey, we're hanging with these guys.
Yep.
Shot on goal, and Jackson Perrell.
That's a problem. Nope. They're calling offsides.
Yeah, I think so.
They're calling offsides. But again, it just goes to show we're not playing clean soccer right now, period.
No. So Perrell with a goal kick restart after the offside call. And that ball had some zip on it.
Sure did.
Perrell put his hands up, and you could hear it thud right off of his hands and come right back out. And that was a big, juicy rebound, but luckily for Collinsville, it was already offside. Well, that ought to be a wake-up call.
Yeah. You know, here we are 20 minutes into the first half of the first regional game, and I just feel like we're playing just off. Just off. It's the best way I can describe it right now.
Yeah, a little out of sync. Trey Peterson isn't even can't figure out which way to go with the ball. That's how off they are. That ball, it didn't even make it in bounds. Okay. Something strange is going on here. Hope these guys didn't come into this thinking this is going to be a piece of cake.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of, Todd. The St. Mary's game, I think we were up 3-0 5 minutes into the match. I mean, we came to that game to play.
Oh!
That's a
man, oh man.
Goodness.
We are just being dangerously sloppy right now. That's the best way I can describe it. Dangerously sloppy. Lorsbach throws it in. Perrell slammed that ball as soon as it rolled to him, and he banked it right off of one of the Alton players, and he's lucky that didn't go in. Now Alton dangerous again. Here is Simeon McLean. McLean will try to chase it down now as Crowder gets up to it. Up to Reiniger. Reiniger pops it even up farther up the field. If it's going to stay in bounds, it does. Oh! Where'd that whistle come from?
Came from the center. I don't think the linesman motioned anything.
I don't think it went out of bounds. Reiniger himself was out of bounds. Then he jumped up and kicked it back in bounds. Alton pushes the ball back down to their offensive side once again. Compton returns the favor and sends it back to Collinsville's offensive zone. Back and forth we go to the zones, and over on the far side, that ball is going to belong to Collinsville. Throw in comes into Reiniger. Reiniger sends the ball in and over everyone's head as Wade tries to track it down over there, and he's got one defender in his way. Now the ball gets loose. Wade stays with it and into the box, and more shoving going on. There it is. A little side kick, and Jalen Wade scores the first goal of the game, and Collinsville leads 1-0 with 19:44 left to go here in this first half.
Jalen Wade just showed exactly the strength of his game. He's able to beat 1, 2, 3 players, bodies all over him, all over the inside of that 18-yard box, and still can stay on his feet and poke the ball past the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he was getting shoved and held. And
he's so strong for his size. He's not a big guy.
No, he's not.
When you see him, standing next to him, not an unassuming guy, but he's strong, and he stayed on his feet the entire time.
Just halfway through this first half, Collinsville strikes first, 1-0 in favor of the Kahawks.
Maybe that's the spark we needed, Todd.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Boys can calm down now. We got our first goal. Now let's get back to Kahawk soccer of finding feet, working the ball, making our chances happen.
Comes down into the Collinsville offensive zone once again, and back to the goalkeeper, Harden. Harden sends it all the way back out to midfield, and Hensler stopped it for a moment. Bodie couldn't stop it. Now he steps in front of the player and There's a little low shot that bounces on a couple of skips, and Peril is there to take care of it.
That player should not be able to get a shot off from the 30-yard line there. Really uncontested.
Back out toward midfield. Alton sends it to the midfield stripe. Collinsville takes over for a moment. Bodie tried to get it up through the midfield circle, and that banked off of an ankle of an Alton player and out of bounds. Now Lorsbach with a throw in. Bodie circles. Sends it over here for Crowder. Crowder.
That's a nice
up the side for Reiniger. Reiniger in front of his defender.
Finish.
Gets past one, puts a shot on goal. Harden with a really good save with that right fist. He just threw that thing up there, and that's what the ball hit.
I'm not sure a dive was required. If he would have stood still, he probably could have made the same save, but great opportunity.
Corner kick for Collinsville turns into a corner pass, and then that one's off of an Alton head and right into the hands of Harden. That could have been dangerous. Almost an own goal scored there by the Redbirds. Winner of this game will play the winner of the next game in Saturday afternoon's regional championship game. Next game here on this field, coming up between Belleville East and Quincy.
Looks like Quincy's here early, scouting the competition of who they could face in the second game if they win their match against East.
Well, they are already here, sitting over near the Kahok student body cheering section. Here is Mahat. Mahat in the box, and he'll send one all the way across the other side, but there is no one there, and it runs right into the corner flag. Wholesale player changes coming on here for Alton. They send on 3. Connor Wickhorst back out there, as well as Cameron Belchick and Jack Lombardi. Goal kick restart coming up here. Ashton Sheppers has been taking those all day. High, right down underneath our location. Lorsbach sends it right back over the head. Reiniger had good positioning and then sends the ball up. Almost a couple of people kicking each other there. Here is Bodie. Bodie all the way over to the far side now for Peterson. Peterson trying to string Bodie once again, but the defender falls down. Bodie ends up getting it back, sends it up into the box. Bodie with a shot. Oh, that's off the side. Just missed. On that far side post, he just missed. I saw the net move and thought it was in.
Bryson Bodie one-on-one with the keeper. I'm not sure he needed the pace that close. That's a tap-in right there. That's a tap-in.
So once again, it'll be Sheppers who will send us back out. 16 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Out to midfield, Borm with it. Borm sends it over here to the far side, makes near sideline, but a little too much juice on it, and Crowder couldn't catch up. Throw in off of the head of Lorsbach, and then equally off of the head of Lombardi. Ball goes down, and standing in the way was Bodie, and out to midfield this one goes. Coming up with it is Belchick. Belchick trying to move it up and spring Wickhorst. Wickhorst over on that far sideline trying to come up the left wing. Has it go out of bounds off of Compton, so it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Alton.
Dane Compton making a nice recovery run there to cut that Alton Redbird player off.
Comes in and goes right back out. So it'll be Collinsville's turn to throw it in. Aiden Hensler. He's ready to throw it on in. Justin Hauman, he's ready to check into the game at the next opportunity. Comes back up to midfield. Alton, they step in the way, but not far enough. Borm takes over.
Ball.
Sends it on up for Wade, but Wade already had a defender in front of him. Wade can close in real quick and take over the lead from that defender. He was trying to. And the defender ends up kicking it out of bounds. Collinsville will have a throw in here after we have some substitutions. Hammond comes in for Bodie, and Dylan Cohen comes in for Alton for Evan Duggar.
Bodie going to catch a breather. I'm sure he'll be back in before too long.
Yeah, he doesn't go out very often.
No.
There's been a bunch of times where he's played the whole game.
Mm-hmm. Solid player.
A little chip in front of the box, trying to track it down is Jimmy Crowder. Crowder does so, trying to get around his defender, and over into the corner.
He needs help.
Yes, he does. And he gets rid of run, gets rid of another, and he's still not in bounds anymore. And that's going to be a corner kick for Collinsville, which they have yet to actually take a corner kick. It's been a corner pass the 3 times that they've done it.
Yeah, I'd like to see a kick at this point. Let's try a bender.
There is Mahat.
Throw one in the middle. See what happens.
Mahat, he is ready to go. Bends right toward the middle, off of Wade, and right into the hands of Noah Harden. 13:30 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville up 1-0 on a goal by Jalen Wade. Wade picking up his 9th goal of the year. Out to midfield we go. Ball comes down and misplayed there by Alton, but Collinsville turns the ball over, and it comes upfield. And trying to make his move is Wickhorse, and that ball ends up rolling harmlessly to Jackson Perrell. Perrell, 21 in St. Louis Metro in winning percentage with a .79 with a 14-3-2 record. 79% all games played with Jackson Perrell in goal results in a win. It's a pretty lofty number.
Yeah, it is. Coach Lugi talked about it in his pregame. Collinsville doesn't give up many shots.
No.
I mean, what did you say? 10 shutouts for the year? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, what a fantastic statistic that is. But that tells me we're not giving up opportunities.
No. Number 20 in goals against average, allowed 14 goals this year in parts of 22 games. That's 1,462 minutes worth, and that's a goals against average of 0.76. And Jackson was tied for 6th in all of the St. Louis metro area for shutouts played in. 7 solo, 2 shared with Kai Serrano, and also tied for 6th in the solo shutout category with those 7. So in the top 10 in all the St. Louis metro area in those 2 categories. How about that?
Pretty good.
Back up to the near side sideline, rolls right past the Collinsville bench. Lorsbach saves it from going out of bounds, sends it over to Borm, who sends it over to Hensler, who will send it on up to Justin Hammond. Hammond back over to Hensler at midfield. Hensler over on the sideline trying to string it to Peterson, but tell you what, the defender stepped right in front and brought the ball up, and a scoring opportunity for Alton. They send it up into the middle for a crossing, and Collinsville was able to handle that, and now Jimmy Crowder will go chase it down. Crowder,
What that tells me over there is either the players aren't talking and letting Trey know that a player is coming from behind. That's got to be occurring. The boys got to be talking to each other throughout this game.
Throw in here on this near side sideline, and it looks like a running start here for Dylan Cohen. Cohen tosses it in right in front, off of the head of Compton. Compton tries to get into it again, does so, and sent back out toward the midfielder area, and then a pop-up. That'll find Jackson Perrell's hands. It wouldn't have been on goal anyway. And Perrell will throw the ball all the way up the line to Crowder. Crowder had that ball spin off of him, almost go the wrong way. Over to Borm. Borm will send the ball over to Mahat. Mahat threads the needle, trying to anyway, up to Jalen Wade. Gavin Knoll and Garofalo and Bodie all waiting to check back into the game. Well, Lorsbach stops the progression of the offensive movement. Over to the sideline it goes, and then back up to Lorsbach. Lorsbach right across the midfield. Finds Reiniger. Reiniger trying to get around his defender, and that ball spins and all the way over to Trey Peterson, and it's going to go too far before anyone can get there to stop it.
What a wicked deflection that was.
That was, man, and it had spin on it as well.
And everything.
10 minutes left to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. All right, Glenn Woodcock says my my audio and my video are synced up, so I'm good to go. Nobody else wanted to help, huh? Here's Crowder. Crowder on the near side sideline, right at the end of the Kahok bench in front of assistant coach Jeff Hayes. Kicks it on up for Lorsbach, but closing in was Dylan Cohen. He got there first, and now the aforementioned subs come in. Gavin Knoll, Garofalo and Bodie back in the game. Justin Hammond has a seat. They're expecting a little bit of rain in the area here tonight, and it looks like it might happen after our game, so
I hope so.
the Belleville East Quincy game may be a little wet. I don't think we're expecting storms or anything, but a little rain would change the dynamic of the field, that's for sure. Here's Wade, and Wade's shot goes high and wide as he blistered one from about 20 yards out. Just needed a little less on it. And Collinsville's had about 5 shots go high tonight.
Got to get the ball down. Got to get the ball down. Just boils down to technique, Todd. Boys got to get over the top of the ball, strike through the ball, keep it down.
Shepers. Another goal kick restart, and Lorsbach handles it first. Now to Crowder. He'll send it out to Bodie. Bodie at midfield. We'll send it into the midfield circle with the upside-down Redbird logo on it from our angle. And it goes all the way down, and that was almost a misplay there by Harden. And he had Reiniger closing in on him, too.
Sure did. Don't know if he misjudged that or took a funky bounce on him.
Out to Hensler. Hensler gets the ball up, and Null couldn't handle it, and it's taken by Shepers, and Shepers sends it up the line, but there is Hensler back to Compton. Compton will send it all the way back over to this side for Lorsbach. Lorsbach,
flying.
He sends the ball over into the offensive zone, trying to track it down is Wade. Off of him comes to Reiniger. Reiniger gets pushed down from behind, and that's going to be a free kick, and that's going to be a foul on Ashton Shepers. So a free kick from about 20 yards away. Mahat doesn't waste any time, bends it, but there is Harden right in the middle to catch that one.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Again, we're just rushing.
Hensler lets it up to Gavin Null. Null back over to Hensler. Back to Null. Back to Hensler. They play catch for a while.
That's great.
Up the sideline it goes. And a centering for Wade, and then that one's kicked out of there by Alton on a nice defensive play there by the Redbirds back line. Over on the far side, Cameron Belchick with it. That's a couple of nice moves over there by Bodie. Comes back out to Compton, though. Compton sends it back to Mahat, and Mahat has his feet taken out from under him and then gets spun around.
You got it.
Lots of body contact going on around here.
It's been that way since the start of the game. I just feel like a lot of shirt tugging, arm pulling.
Slow it down. Let the defender walk away. And into the box it goes, and a one bouncer to Harden, and that's no problem with 6:20 left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Back out to midfield it goes. That's the first goal kick he's handled. And it wasn't Shepers, excuse me. Over on the far side, trying to get around the defender was Belchick, but he ended up kicking that ball straight out of bounds. Quick throw in, Collinsville, Reiniger sends it up to Wade. Wade, an off-angle shot, and yeah, you had Crowder coming up, but he was coming up a little late.
Too far behind.
On the left wing, yeah. And Wade tried that off-angle shot. He was almost even with the goal line when he let that one go. Harden sends it back out to midfield again. Off the back of Bodie, and he'll send it back to Compton. Compton over to Hensler. Hensler playing on that far side defense, sends it up to midfield. Back out to Bodie. Bodie sends it up, trying to find Crowder, and that ball, and Crowder should have stuck with it. He was running that far, and Steiner mishit it.
Jimmy Crowder was standing out here on an island all of his own. If somebody could just play him a ball, flighted ball to his feet, he could have been off to the races.
Reiniger will go to the bench and have himself a drink of water and rest up a bit.
Who checked in for him?
I am not certain. I thought he said Peterson.
Okay.
I didn't even know Peterson was on the bench.
Well, Peterson went over to the right side, and he must have moved. Like he moved Gavin Knoll into the middle, it looks like.
Okay.
Maybe he's an attacker.
Speaking of attacker, Mahat gets the ball up to Wade. Wade to Garofalo. Garofalo did a nice job keeping it away from the defender. Now over to Peterson. Peterson just outside the corner of the box to Mahat. Mahat will just kick one in, and it'll roll right to Harden. That was a low percentage play right there. There's a lot of purple shirts down there. You could have passed it to someone.
Yeah, I'd like to see Landon take a touch. He's a great distributor. Take a touch, see what he has around him.
Harden back out to midfield. Settled down by Alton. Alton tries to make their move.
That's
here is Lombardi. And it'll be a free kick here for Alton right in front of their bench. And this one is going to be taken by Evan Duggar.
Wasn't necessary either. It wasn't a threat there. I'm not sure why we took that foul at that spot.
Alton, they're taking their time on their free kicks. They want to get bodies in places. A little pop shot, and it's going to go off of the head of a Collinsville Kahok player right there in the middle. And then Garofalo sends it sky high as we wait for it to fall down off of a Alton player's head. Then Garofalo once again, and a little sandwich action there between the two players will make that ball go out of bounds. Crowder right in front of the Alton bench sends it to Garofalo. Garofalo off of his man sends it up to Wade. Wade couldn't catch up with the ball. I'd like to have a string on that ball sometimes, wouldn't you? Nice move there by Mahat, or excuse me. Yeah, that was Mahat.
That's the ball.
And there you go over to Peterson. Peterson trying to find Null, and that ball gets sent right back to where it was. And Peterson over there trying to hold off his defender, and a whistle will stop the action, and Collinsville will get another free kick. They were both kind of holding on to each other, and
see,
Alton got called for it.
That should be a card right there with this guy over here.
Yeah.
Ball was set. He tapped it.
Yep. That's unsportsmanlike conduct, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right. It's going to be either Crowder or Mahat to take this one. And it's Crowder with a screamer. Oh, what a save again by Harden. And Noah Harden, I'm not sure if he's supposed to be playing goal or not, but he's doing a pretty good job.
What a save that was. That one was a necessary dive. I'll give him that. That was well struck by Jimmy Crowder. Goalkeeper did everything he could, tapped it over the top. Well done.
Another one of those corner kick passes, and this one's sky high and lands out of bounds.
Jimmy placed that ball perfect, had nice bend on it.
2 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville as Jalen Wade scored a goal right about the halfway point of this half. And that's where we stand right now, 1-0.
If you would have told me 1-0.
I was thinking the same thing.
If you would have told me 1-0 at the half, I'd have called you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
What was the final when we played them here last? 6-7
6-0, I think, yeah.
I think it was 2-0 at half last time, and then we opened the gates in the second half, so hopefully that's something we can look forward to.
Yeah. Another whistle on the play.
I don't even know who he's calling off sides.
I don't know either.
Coach Lugi and Coach Boyd are asking the same question. Who was it?
Goal scoring this year for Alton, it's a small list. Noah Harden has 3, Connor Wickhorse has 2, and 4 other players have 1. Another throw in, this one for Alton right in front of their bench, and nothing but purple jerseys there to take care of that one. Here to Hensler, and Hensler will sky the ball back out to midfield. Wade slows it down, sends it over here to Crowder. Crowder comes up the sideline. Reiniger trying to check back in. Not sure if he's going to have any time to do that. And a nice stop there by Bodie. Gets it up to Crowder. And Crowder back over to Bodie. Bodie gets pressured from behind. And then Crowder tries to split the defense. And then Crowder was taken down by Jack Lombardi. And a free kick coming up here for Collinsville.
Tell you what, Alton's playing with a lot more fire right now than I think Collinsville is. They're going harder to the 50-50 balls.
There is Gavin Null, and back out to Hensler. Hensler will send one toward the goal, but it's going to go wide, and with 15 seconds left, that might be all of the action we see here in this first half. They go ahead and let Reiniger back in. Hey, man, come back on the field and play for a minute. Into the first half.
Tell you what, Alton's got to feel good about themselves.
They do.
Down 1-0 at this point.
That is the end of one half of play, and after one half, Collinsville leads the Alton Redbirds by a whopping score of 1-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and recap the Edwardsville Regional. That some of it took place last night, and get you caught up on any scores that we can find for you along the way, and we'll do that here in just a little bit on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org. KHOC-sports.org. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Just because you can cut your own hair doesn't mean you should. The Shop, a great place in Collinsville for men and boys haircuts, is where you should take your hair. The Shop is owned and operated by Collinsville High School graduates Danny Kress and Jody Neiman, and is located at 103 South Seminary Street in Uptown Collinsville. The Shop isn't just another place to get a haircut, as Danny and Jody take great joy in getting to know their clients and look forward to turning those clients into friends. When you sit in a stylish chair at the Shop, Jody and Danny pride themselves on getting to know you well enough to say, "The usual?" So, men and boys, if you're tired of the same old cookie-cutter approach to haircuts, check out Danny and Jody at the Shop. You may just walk out with not only a fantastic cut, but you may also walk out with a friend. Or two. The Shop in Collinsville, 618-772-7175. No appointment necessary. The Shop, 103 South Seminary in Uptown Collinsville.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place World Champion Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
And we will welcome you back to Public Stadium here at Alton West Elementary School. We thought we had more time. They started off with not putting any time on the clock for halftime, and then it ended up being like 7 minutes they put on the clock, and then with 2 minutes left, they stopped it. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? I got to give some scores. Anyway, Kahawks are up by a score of 1-0 as we begin the second half here at Public Stadium. And I can tell you that one of the things we're paying attention to is the normal Community Regional. East Moline beat East Peoria 8-1 back on Saturday, and they moved on to take on Manuka. That game got underway at 4:30, and at halftime, Manuka is up over East Moline by a score of 1-0. At the Edwardsville Regional last night, Edwardsville beat Belleville West 3-0, while O'Fallon down Granite City 3-1. So Edwardsville and O'Fallon will play for that championship on Saturday at 3 o'clock. The championship of this regional will be at 5 o'clock, so a couple of hours after, so everybody knows who's going on and who's yet to move on. The other regional we're paying attention to is Joliet West, and Joliet West defeated Bradley last night 5-0, and Moline beat Joliet Central 4-0, so it'll be Joliet West versus Moline in that regional championship, and that's taking place on Friday at 4 o'clock. So different start times, different days, all over the place.
That O'Fallon-Edwardsville match is going to be a heavyweight match. I would love to go catch that game.
All right, we switch ends of the field. Collinsville are attacking the goal to your right that they are closest to right now, and trying to get it in a little bit deeper are the Kahawks. It comes back out in the midfield area. Alton takes over, and you know, Alton being down 1-0 at the end of one half, they have to feel really good about that first half.
That's what I said. They got to be confident. They got it. They're in the match.
Yeah. That they are.
You know, for a team that didn't win a match in the Southwestern Conference, yes, they got to be feeling pretty good.
That one thrown in just a little bit too early. Are we going to switch the ball? Okay. Here is Peterson. Sends it over to Bodie. Bodie back to Peterson. Got some clouds moving in. I know we're supposed to have some rain a little bit here in maybe an hour or two. Hopefully it holds off until we get out of here because we're exposed, man, out here in the elements. Beautiful day, but I don't need any rain raining all over my fancy, expensive electronic equipment, that's for sure.
You know, we've really, so far in this season,
I'm telling you.
We've had great weather for dang near every game, except for St. Mary's the other night, which was a typhoon.
Right.
But
I was nice and warm and cozy inside doing volleyball that night.
I remember playing this time of year, and we'd be bundled up in stocking caps, and you name it, we were playing it. Speaking of stocking caps, we got Reed Bicanic wearing the hat of life tonight.
I saw that.
Yeah, there's some good stories with that hat, Todd.
And
it's been around for a while.
We would normally be enjoying a little fall color, but because it's been so warm, the leaves on the trees have not changed yet at all. All right, Kahok's up 1-0. I would feel really good about it with 2-goal lead instead of a 1-goal lead. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Here is Hensler. Hensler on the back line, sends it on up for Reiniger. Reiniger to Peterson. Peterson, he was trying to thread the pass over to Wade, but Wade was behind his defender and not in front. And that didn't work out in their favor at all. Here is Hensler trying to fight off an attack here by Connor Wickhorse. Told you about only the 9 goals scored by Alton this year. 3 of them. The team leader in goals is playing in goal tonight.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so they took off their leading scorer, and now he's playing goalkeeper. Here comes Collinsville looking for a chance. Here is Wade, and that one just goes wide. And I think it was just touched by Noah Harden. And that little touch sent it just a little bit wide. If he wouldn't have touched it, that would have went in. Didn't get much of a touch, but the little touch that he did.
It would be a corner if he touched it.
Yeah, I
though,
guess
right?
that's true.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It looked like he touched it with his hand to me.
Might have. Could have been missed, too.
Yeah, well, same thing happened in that old Fallon game when that throw-in bounced in, and everybody said you can't score a goal like that, and apparently it went off of Perril's hand, and I didn't see that either.
I didn't either.
Out to midfield, whistle on the play. Collinsville will have a free kick from midfield. And Bodie. Oh, well, yeah, they weren't. Referee said I wasn't ready yet. Did he ask him how old he was?
Coach Boyd having some words for Aiden Hensler.
Did he say, how old are you?
He did ask him, how old are you? Wow.
Here is Lorsbach. Sends it on up to Reiniger. Reiniger, a little sidestep action, trying to give it to Wade, but Wade wasn't there, and now Harden will send it all the way back out to midfield. Bodie settles it down, and then he gets knocked off the ball, and Bodie stays with it, tries to kick it from his pants, and you know what? He did. He kicked it from when he was sitting down.
Yeah, that should have probably been called.
Over on the far side, Alton takes over. They try to move it up into their offensive zone. On the far side, sideline Sheppers. He sends it back into the middle, and it finds Bodie. Bodie will then send it back right over the defenders' heads, and Alton will go chase it down. They'll let it go out of bounds, I'm sure, and it does. And that'll be a throw-in for Alton all the way down outside of the box. That is being attended by Noah Harden, the substitute goalkeeper here for Alton tonight. Throw in over on the far side. Comes in off of the head of Mahat and then sent back out to midfield. Lorsbach trying to track it down. He can't. And they spring number 15 Sheppers over there on the far side. He's double teamed on defense now, and that ball goes out of bounds. Lorsbach immediately picks it up and throws it in, and Wade tries to send it up with a little back kick, but that didn't work. And then Alton tries to take over again. Mahat makes sure that doesn't happen. He has some speed, puts on the brakes, gets rid of his defenders, and then pops one into the front of the box, but it bounces right into the hands of Noah Harden, and nothing doing there. Harden sends it back out to midfield.
I was hoping Collinsville would come out with a little bit more passion, a little bit more fire in this second half, and here we are 7 minutes in, and I still feel like it's the start of the game, feeling each other out.
Here's Garofalo. He'll send the ball over to Peterson. Peterson sends it to Reiniger. Reiniger turns around his defender and gets it up to Wade. Wade thought for a minute he was going to do one of those little quick kicks up to Garofalo, but he didn't. Now Garofalo with it, just on the outside edge of the box over on the far side. And Garofalo does a good job stealing that ball, and then Alton sends the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Collinsville over on the far side, right into the box for Wade. Wade leaves one, and Garofalo's shot was blocked by the defense. And now being triple-teamed is Reiniger. Somebody's got to be open if Reiniger's getting triple-teamed.
You would hope.
There's a nice move by Peterson. Gets it around his defender. Moves on that right wing, and then that ball is going to go over the end line. Collinsville is going to have a corner kick. Slow it down. Let everybody catch up.
Yep. We are on the same page, Todd. It's a 1-0 game. Let's work for our opportunities here.
So it's going to be Crowder or Mahat. Either that or they're going to pass it. It's a true kick in front. Tried to get that misdirection right in front.
Hensler whiffed.
Hensler, yeah, didn't get enough on it. Now Alton has numbers. They'll bring it up. Here is Prediger. Prediger, instead of bringing it up the far sideline, he decides to pass it, and he passed it right to the wrong guy. Here is Bodie giving it up for Peterson. Peterson sends it up for Wade. Wade, he gets pushed down, and that is going to be a call. No?
Yeah, you got the
Okay. I didn't hear the whistle. I was talking.
They're
Right at the top of the box, at the bubble.
Collinsville looking for that quick start, but it's not on, so now we slow it down, and let's
do this the right way.
Yep.
Mahat and Reiniger and Crowder all standing around the ball. Which one's going to take this shot?
I'm calling Mahat back post.
Yep. On this near side post, Harden stands. Now he's
going to move.
He's going to move after he gets his defensive wall set where he wants it. And here is a miss and a shot and a goal. Oh boy, Jimmy Crowder didn't get air underneath that one, and from a standstill position, Harden didn't even move.
I don't know if he didn't see it or what happened there. I totally missed the call because I called Mahat going back post, and you got Jimmy with an in-swinger coming with his left foot. Regardless, 2-0.
2-0 in favor of Collinsville. 30-59 left to play. Here in this second half, 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. I feel a little bit better, but I'd like another one.
Yep.
Chris Kettler said 3-0 Collinsville. That's what his prediction at halftime.
Well, Chris might be right.
I'll take 4-0. I'll take another goal here real soon, and that'll make me feel better about it.
Maybe that was the backbreaker.
Off with the head of Sheppers and down, and Collinsville with another opportunity, and Harden has to be alert as he comes in and takes that one before anyone wearing the purple and white could get down there. And Harden sends the ball out to midfield.
Ooh.
Off of the top of the foot, I believe, of Mahat. And then it comes down, and Lorsbach sends it on over to Crowder, who just scored a goal. Crowder, his goal, number 8 on the year.
That's a good year for him, too.
Yeah. Wade has scored his 9th. He was stuck at 8 when he came in here, so he maintains the second spot. Here's a nice pass by Wade up to Peterson. Peterson trying to get it around the defender, does so, and then the defender, number 2, steps out in front. And then on the far side, Alex Lorsbach with it. Sends it back to midfield for Compton. Over this way now for Hensler. Hensler pokes the ball up to Wade. Wade splits the defense with a nice pass for Bodie, who gets it up to Garofalo. Garofalo turns the corner, no one in front of him, and he'll try to make his move here on this right wing. He sends it across the line, and it's going to come back out. Peterson's going to take over. Peterson gets it over to Wade. Oh, Wade was trying to pass it to himself and forgot to take the ball with him.
First touch.
Yeah. Here is a streaking Sheppers coming up the sideline. Hensler steps in front of him, and then Compton, he'll take over the ball and get it to Perrell. Perrell, he'll send the ball back over here for Hensler. Hensler right in front of his own bench. Moves the ball up to Bodie. Now it's picked off on a nice move there by Dylan Cohen. And Alton almost sends it back for another offensive try, but Collinsville's defense takes over. Over to Alex Lorsbach on the far side. Lorsbach moves the ball up, and Reiniger is dipsy doodling and all kinds of moves in there to keep that ball in control. Back over this way now for Wade. Jalen Wade puts on a nice little move and then kicks the ball back over to the defense, and Hensler will take over again. Back up to midfield for Mahat. Mahat sends it over for Bodie. Bodie looks up the line trying to spring Peterson, but that ball is knocked out of bounds by Gage Anderson. And now a throw in by Peterson to Reiniger. Back to Peterson. Peterson gets around one player but couldn't get around the other, and then it's Armand Dobbins who will take over. Back to Collinsville's defense it goes. Compton over to the far side now for Lorsbach. Lorsbach, he'll send the ball up, and I don't think Wade even saw it.
Jay made his run a little early.
Yeah.
I think if he would have pulled that run back a little bit, it might have been through.
Here's a nice lead for Reiniger. Reiniger comes in, shoots, and scores.
There's your Reiniger goal. I was about to call that when you were talking about Jimmy and talking about Jay's goal. I said, Reiniger's got to be next.
Well, the top three scorers have all scored. Reiniger, Wade, and Crowder. Reiniger's 18th, Wade with his 9th, and Crowder with his 8th. 27:53 left to play here in this second half, and Collinsville extends that lead to 3. I think Chris Kettler's 3-0 prediction is in jeopardy. What do you think?
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think the gates are going to open here soon.
We were looking for this in the first half, and we'll take it in the second half, though. Alton playing behind the 8 ball now. Collinsville in control. Oof. And over to
that was actually well played by Alex Lorsbach to use his head to head it back to him versus, touching it. Clearly, Peril could not have picked that up.
Right. Smart play by both. Now Collinsville up by 3. Playing a little defense now over onto the far side. And Mahat comes down with it right at the midfield stripe. Pushes the ball up to Garofalo, who will send it back over to Mahat, and then Mahat's tripped up by a player who
he got ball.
Yeah, he got a little bit of the ball, but not much. That was Alex Tutkin. And now Collinsville is going to be the beneficiary of a whistle, and they'll have a free kick from midfield. Right on the red feathers of the big red bird in the middle of this playing surface. And now up to Wade, who gets it to Garofalo. Garofalo had it bounce a little bit too hard off of his foot, and it goes right to a defender. And now a misstep by one of the defenders up to Peterson. Peterson, he didn't do anything. He was just trying to get around the guy.
I agree.
3-0 in favor of Collinsville. And we have 26.5 minutes to go here in the second half. Alton sends the ball back up to midfield. Garofalo couldn't slow it down. And then off of Garofalo's shins, back out to the midfield circle, and then he gets taken down. And that's going to be a call that's going to go against Evan Duggar. And Duggar, being the nice guy that he is, helps Garofalo up off the turf. Mahat sends the ball up to Garofalo. Garofalo trying to feed Wade.
Idea.
Yep, almost got it there, but there was Shepers again. Shepers is a pretty good player. I've called his name a few times in this game.
Yep.
He's got some speed. He knows where to be. And now Alton shoots the ball up off of the foot of Damian Whedon. Collinsville takes over. Here is Lorsbach. Lorsbach up the sideline for Crowder. Crowder sends it into the middle of the field for Garofalo. He's got a player on each side, and he chooses Peterson. Peterson cuts, moves, and then gets pushed off the ball and takes a shot off some shins, and we're going to have a foul call, and it's going to go against Peterson.
I'm only thing I can speculate is a push-off. I mean, I saw Trey push off the defender, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Wow. Got to tell you, I didn't see that one.
Me neither, other than that's my speculation.
In front of the Alton bench it goes.
Foul throw.
And off of the head of Adam Reiniger. Alton sends it back up to midfield. Off of the Lorsbach. Oh, that's a nice little play there by Crowder. He got all that ball in midfield or in mid-flight. But no one was down there. Would have been offside if there would have been. And Harden has the ball back in his hands. He's ready to go. What is that contraption they got going on over there? Man. That's a contraption. Here is Peterson. Yeah, that's the only problem. Remember how all this stuff gets hooked up. Man, I tell you what, it was rough my first couple of months. Now I can do it blindfolded. Out to midfield we go, and they couldn't get it there. Bodie will try to track it down, trying to get it off of the foot of Connor Wykhorst, and it goes back to Duggar, and off of Duggar, and then off of a head of Tutkin, and back to the Collinsville defense, and all the way back to Peril. Jackson sends the ball back out to midfield and beyond, and then that's off of the head of one of the defenders, and it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Trey Peterson. Braden Borm checks back into the game. He'll take the place of Jimmy Crowder. A couple of substitutions for Alton as well, as they bring Frankie Prediger back in, excuse me.
Have to see if Borm's got a left foot, Todd.
He has a left foot?
No, we got to see if he has one.
Okay.
Typically doesn't play on the left side. We'll see how that fares for him.
Back up to midfield, right underneath our location. Here is Bodie. Bodie had a nice move there. He'll cut to the middle and send it over to Mahat. Mahat turns around again, looking for some help. He'll find it over here in the form of Trey Peterson. Peterson was left all alone. He'll make his move. He directs traffic and trying to get Gavin Knoll streaking in that middle part of the box. Peterson keeps it alive again. Oh, man, and Wade was about ready to spring Trey for a simple shot on goal. Over to Peterson on the near side sideline, and then poked into the Alton bench. Collinsville will have a throw in from there. 22:50 left to play here in the second half. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. Here is Hensler. Hensler gets it over to Compton. Compton pops the ball back into the midfield area, and it's pushed back out to midfield off of a header by one of the Alton players. And that player, I believe, was Tutkin. Now it comes back out over here, and Grant Forney with it. Forney trying to get around and can't do it. Bodie takes over, gets it to Peterson. Peterson gets it up to Wade. Wade has two defenders, one coming from behind to make it three. Gets behind one and couldn't get behind the other one. And then Alton sends that ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Collinsville. Borm over on the far side. Takes it and throws it in for Garofalo. Garofalo, he sticks with it. And off of a shin again, and another Borm throw-in coming up with 22 minutes to play in half number 2.
As much as Coach Lugi raves about Jay, man, he cuts him no slack on this side. I'm finally getting to hear kind of what some of the things he says over here.
At home, they're all the way on the opposite side of the field.
You can't hear anything. This is good stuff, but he cuts Jay no slack, man.
Well, if you didn't have those headphones on, you'd be able to hear a lot more.
Exactly.
I know, man. You take these cans off, and you can hear everything. We were here for the football game on Saturday, and there was a couple of plays where I lifted my headphones off my ears so I could hear what was going on because I could hear it. Here's Lorsbach. Gets it up to Bodie. Bodie sends it over to Borm. Borm looks, pops it out to the middle for Garofalo. Garofalo sends it over to Peterson. Peterson, whoa.
Oh, that's
there you go. Here is Garofalo with a shot in the goal.
That worked out.
That did.
I thought that play was totally broke up. Sam Garofalo found the ball right on his foot, straight lane into the goal, tucks it in that near post.
21-16 left to go here in this second half. Collinsville has extended their lead to 4-0. All we could muster out of the first half was one goal, and so far here in the second half, we're not even halfway through it, and we've got 3. Kahawks have found a way. I bet they got a nice talking to at halftime, too.
No, I think so. I don't think Coach was happy to be at the halftime.
I wouldn't be.
I walked down there to get a soda, and it was spirited.
Should have did some eavesdropping, man. Whistle on the play, and Alton will have a free kick from the far side sideline. It'll be about 30 yards away, offset to the left-hand side of Jackson Peril. So he will hang out over there on that far post. And the ball in the air, and it bounces right to Jackson Peril, and he'll run it all the way over here to the front of the box, and he'll send the ball on out, trying to find Wade. Wade, right in front of the Alton bench, slows the ball down, but Alton takes control. Now they'll give it up for Hammond. Right in front of the Alton bench again, and it'll be a throw-in for Collinsville and Justin Hammond. Hammond throws it down for Wade. Wade uses his knee to get it back to Hammond. Hammond gets past his defender, tries to thread the needle there between some legs to get Wade breaking in on that right wing, but just didn't get enough of it. And now right underneath our location, it comes out to midfield. And here is Mahat. Mahat sends the ball up to Garofalo. Garofalo just scored the goal to make it 4-0 and tried to feed Wade over here on this near side sideline, but it just goes out of bounds. Halfway through the second half, Collinsville up 4-0. Manuka is now up 3-0 over United. And make that 4-0 now, thanks to Zach Roseman. That was a 1-0 halftime score. Or I thought it was a halftime score. Or first half, anyway. Half, there's a half somewhere. Put them together, it makes a whole. We're in front of the Alton bench. Wade, nice job, stepped on the ball to keep it from going out of bounds and then moves it forward and past one defender and tries a pass. Yeah, he was trying to free Gavin Knoll there, right in front.
Well played by that defender, though.
Was.
That play up.
Back out for Mahat. Ooh, Mahat tries to feed Garofalo with a feed. Now Garofalo does get a hold of it, and he's got a couple of defenders. He trips over one of them, comes back out for Mahat, and he gets tripped up, and then he gets a body over him, and they're going to call that against Mahat. Sometimes I don't get it. Out into the Alton offensive zone. Now it's going to roll right into the Collinsville bench. And some of the underclassmen are going to come in. Gavin Chrisman takes off his warm-up vest, and he'll await his first opportunity to come into this game. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo with a little sidestep, gets it over to Hugo Gonzalez, who's into the game for the first time, and Gonzalez overran the ball. Back over to Hensler. Hensler punches it back up, and he'll find Hammond. Hammond to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets pushed off the ball, stays with it, and
pushed off the ball.
That's going to be a corner. I can't believe they didn't call that. They've called worse than that tonight, or less than that, I should say. Corner kick coming up for the Kahawks. And once again, it'll be Landon Mahat as Garofalo comes off for Gavin Chrisman. And Mahat ready to take a true corner kick. He does. It's high, and it heads out the other side. Borm trying to chase it down. He does. Over on the far sideline. He'll send it back over to Bodie. Bodie gets it right past the defender, but there wasn't anybody there to help. But help comes in the form of one of the Kahawks. And now here is Bodie, and he puts a centering pass right in front for Gonzalez. But Gonzalez's defender didn't give up an inch. Now off the other side. Comes out front. Pop back out to the midfield area. Over the head of the defender and Hensler. Or Hensler is the defender, and then over the head of the forward, Weichhorst. And that ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Alton on a throw-in.
Another foul throw. It's like a chest pass in basketball.
Belleville East and Quincy. They have next game after this one comes to a close. Over on the far side of the field, it comes to Bodie. Bodie will pop the ball up to Borm. Borm will send the ball over to Gavin Knoll. Knoll with a nice move. Gets around one defender and trying to chase it down over there on that far left-hand side of the box. Can't do it. And Alton sends it back out. Lorsbach sends it over to Chrisman. Chrisman moves the ball up to Mahat. Mahat could score from there, and he was thinking about just doing that. That ball ticks off the back of one of the defenders, off of the back of Jacob Larson, and across the line it goes. So Collinsville will have another corner kick, this one from the far side corner. 16 minutes left to play here in this second half. Collinsville up 4-0. Keep on forgetting to change my scoreboard.
Oof.
I get a little used to the scoreboard at the stadium doing all the work for me. Here is Bodie. Bodie sends it to Chrisman. Chrisman sends it back to the defense in Lorsbach. Lorsbach, he'll send it up that far sideline, trying to break Borm. Borm over there near the corner flag. In a little bit of a battle, that ball goes out of bounds, and who's it going to be on? It's going to be on.
It's on Borm.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, though.
It's too far away for me to tell. And these lines here are painted black, so all the way over there I have a hard time seeing it.
Yeah, especially with the track being over there.
Yeah. I can see it on the red. I just can't see it on the green as easy anyway.
You got a cramper over there.
Oh, somebody cramped up bad.
Those are painful, buddy.
Oh, they are. All of a sudden,
he was begging for somebody to come stretch him out.
All of a sudden, that muscle just clenches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before in the middle of a dead sleep.
Remember the opening game at Triad, how many players went down with the cramps.
All right, we have a timeout, so we're going to step aside for a injury timeout as well, and we will be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports
Plumbing
Network.
or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. Back to action here. Hugo Gonzalez into the box, and Hugo puts one in front and just past everybody. Bourne was ready, so was Gavin Knoll, and that pass just went by both of them. It was an off angle for a pass. That's why it went such a weird way.
Yeah, the forwards had already committed. They were deeper than the pass. Pass was in the right spot. They should have timed their runs a little better.
Manuka up over United now, 5-0. So I'm guessing Manuka's well on their way to winning their regional semifinal, and ball out of bounds. We got some dark clouds moving in here, and we're hoping that this rain holds off. Got 14 minutes left to go here in this second half, and we are exposed out here. I don't care about getting wet, but my laptop and all my components do.
Speak for yourself, Todd. I don't want to get wet.
I don't want to get wet, but I'll survive. My laptop, probably not so much. Here is Chrisman. He'll send the ball in and racing for it, trying to get there first. A shot on goal and a wide ball, and Hugo Gonzalez is not going to. Yeah, he is. Wow, he closed in quick on that ball. Gonzalez saves it. Gets the ball over to shot by Justin Hammond, and another whistle on the play. And another cramp.
Unless it's the same guy.
Yeah, I don't know. He walked off under his own power the last time, and this time, I couldn't tell it was too far away. This time it's Jacob Larson who ends up with the cramp, and he is on the actual playing field. Last time I thought the guy was out of bounds, but he was probably still in as well. So another injury timeout means we'll take another break, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Collinsville with another scoring opportunity as we come back from commercial break. Player walks off to the field under his own power, and leg cramps are starting to permeate the Alton Redbirds bench. Quincy, they're down at the west end zone getting ready, and Belleville East just arrived. They're down here at the eastern end zone, and these guys are getting ready for their next game. Looks like the rain's going to hold off for us. It's not even, it just looks
dark,
weary out there at
ominous.
the distance. Yeah, but that's all the way out near Jerseyville, so that's still a ways away from us. We just have to get through these final 12 minutes and 22 seconds, and then we'll be okay. Hopefully Saturday we'll hold off on the rain too, because we'd like to be back over here in the same spot. If it's raining, we got to go up to the press box, and that's all the way on the other side of the field, and it's farther away than this spot is. And you also miss a little bit because you're in that corner where the building is, and the building jets out, and you miss that southwestern corner of the end zone there for football, and that's where the corner kicks take place over there too. We've experienced that already a couple years ago for football.
I do like this. I do like this atmosphere
Oh,
in this
yeah.
stadium. This is
Public Stadium is awesome. You get in this little bowl, and you get away from a lot of the wind because we're down here in this bowl. That one goes all the way back to Peril. 11 and a half minutes to go here in this second half. I would almost venture to say that the next game will see some rain.
Yeah.
It's not going to be much. It's not supposed to storm or, torrential downpours or anything, but a wet field is a wet field.
Yep, certainly can cause problems, and we've seen it cause problems for goalkeepers.
Oh, yeah.
And the last time we played here, Todd, you weren't here. This field, if you get any amount of rain, it really seems like it holds the water. I mean, the standing puddles on turf is pretty rare, but we saw it the last time.
Up the sideline it goes, right in front of the Alton bench. Comes out for Hammond. Hammond sends it up. Hugo Gonzalez is next, and then it gets punched back out to midfield. With the ball is Connor Wickhorst. And, boy, that was a nice play by Hugo Gonzalez. He was stepped right in front of McLean. McLean had no idea he was even there. Now off of the head of Aiden Kaufman. Haven't had say his name a lot this year.
Yep, I'm sorry. Kaufman checked in at the last break, I think, and Reed Bicanic checked in. Getting some of the seniors some time.
So does Reed wear the hat when he's playing?
Well, he's supposed to be.
I thought so,
but
too.
But he's not.
Yeah.
We're going to have a little discussion about that.
I guess.
I don't care if it's 70 degrees outside.
Yeah.
The hat's got to be on the field. It's got to be worn.
Over to Kaufman. Punched back up. Kaufman trying to track it down. He does so. He's got Gonzalez moving in front. And Kaufman steps around his defender, gets around him again, and puts one towards the center. And a shot that was taken there by Bicanic, and he just overshot everybody and hit one of the players over there getting ready for the Blue Devils.
I'm surprised. He was facing away from the goal when he received that, and I'm surprised he was able to get that as close to being on goal as he was.
Yeah, he kind of did a spin move, didn't he? And again, Bicanic slows it down for Kaufman. Kaufman sends it up for Hammond. Hammond will send it over to Chrisman as Coach Lugi has pretty much emptied his bench except for his
freshman
back line.
Well, yeah.
Still got Kaufman and Compton and Lorsbach back there. Everybody else is taking a break. Borm, he's still out there as well. He'll send the ball up. And Bicanic will send it over here for Kaufman. Kaufman trying to move around his defender, looking for a pass or a shot. And that's poked away by the Alton defender. And trying to settle it down there is Justin Hammond. He can't. And Alton, they'll break out, try to head to midfield, but that's stopped. And here is Chrisman, sends it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets it over to Hammond. Hammond trying to return the favor back to Gonzalez, but a little bit too far. It jumped right over his shoe and kept on going. We're down to 8:40 left to play here in this second half. 4-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahok's looking to return here Saturday afternoon for a date against either Quincy or Belleville East as they have the next game.
How awesome would it be, Todd, to see a Reed Bycanic or an Aiden Kaufman get a goal in a regional match?
Oh, yeah.
I think Reed got his first goal of the season on a head ball, beautiful head ball goal against St. Mary's, and the bench just erupted.
Yep, that ball just barely went out.
The bench erupted. The boys support each other. You know, they were really rooting for Reed.
And Alton, right at the end of their bench, will throw this one in. Off of the head of Kaufman, back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Bycanic. Bycanic out to midfield, trying to feed Chrisman. Just a little bit of a misread there, and the ball goes all the way over to Gavin Null. Null tried to keep it going, but he didn't get enough on that pass to keep it going, and Alton takes over, and they'll send it back up. 7.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Throw all the way down, and Jackson Perrell all the way out to the corner of the box. And he'll pick that ball up. And he'll send it back down. Nice kick. Off of the head of one of the defenders for Alton, and then Hugo Gonzalez sits in there, and his header rolls all the way back to the goalkeeper, Noah Harden. Harden sends the ball into the sky that is filled with clouds now. Our nice sunny day is gone. The sun is set right about now. It's sunset time, isn't it? 6:30, somewhere around there?
Yep.
Won't be long until we change those clocks either.
Don't say that.
I know, man. That's one of those days when you like leave and it's dark and you get home and it's dark. Right now, I'm leaving in the morning to go to school and it's dark.
Yep.
I leave the house usually about 6:45 every morning and it's dark right now. Here is Bycanic. He'll send the ball up the sideline and trying to spring Borm over there, and the defender over there on Borm, another cramp. Yep, and another stoppage of the clock, another injury timeout. So we will step aside as well, and we'll be back after this injury break here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahawks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahawks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes that bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Back to action here at Public Stadium in Alton. 5.5 minutes to go here in this second half. Collinsville is up 4-0. And the Alton Redbirds have been inundated with cramps here in the second half. It's like, what, the third?
Yeah, at least.
Third injury timeout we've had for cramps. I think 2 of them were the same guy. I think this time might have been number 5 again. I'm not really sure. 17? Okay, that was Steiner. I know before that it was Jacob Larson. Here's a ball in the box and kicked back out by Alton. Alton trying to take over, looking for a little bit of offense as they trail 4-0 with 5 minutes to go here in this second half. And up the sideline it goes, and Borum couldn't control it and couldn't keep it in. So it'll be a throw-in coming up here for Alton. Kahawks had 10 shutouts during the regular season in their 22 games. And they're on the verge of another one here. And over on the far side sideline, in the middle, it is Hammond. Hammond sends it over to Chrisman. Chrisman sends it over to Borum. Borum, he'll send the ball up on a hot shot, trying to spring Gavin Null, but that was stopped by a defender. And across the end line it goes, and it'll be a goal kick restart, or is it going to be a corner kick? It's going to be a corner kick.
Thought they went out on us, Todd.
Yeah, I did too. We've been wrong so many times today, it's not even funny.
I think we both need to get our eyes checked.
I got glasses on, so I have no excuse.
I got contacts in, but I'm sure I need tested.
All the way over on the far side of the field, that is Justin Hammond ready to take this corner kick. Trying to settle the ball down. And the ball is on the way. High, in front, and it comes out the other front half. I don't know if Harden got a hold of it or if it was off of Chrisman's body.
I think Harden got a piece of it.
He must have, because it went right out of bounds, and Collinsville got the throw in. Right underneath the Alton bench that ball went. And Collinsville trying to track it down again, and Whedon ends up spinning himself into the ground. Here is Hugo Gonzalez. He'll get the ball up for Kaufman. Kaufman tries to poke it around his defender. He couldn't. But there is Gonzalez once again, pokes it back over to Kaufman. Kaufman trying to get there before the defender does. Both of them meet at the same time, and Gonzalez couldn't control the ball before it goes out of bounds. 4-0 in favor of Collinsville. 3 minutes left to play here in the second half. Alton, only 2 games won this year, and their season is just about to come to a close. Here is Hammond. Gets it over to Borum. Back to Hammond. Hammond tries this side now for Kaufman. Kaufman steps around his defender and pokes one up with the right foot for Gonzalez. Gonzalez tried to poke it back to him. Banks off an Alton player. Now back out front. Here's a shot, and it just goes over the net.
I don't know if that was an intentional try to chip the keeper there by Justin Hammond or if that was just a weak shot.
At any rate, goal kick restart coming up here for the Alton Redbirds, and it'll be taken by the defense once again. They haven't let Harden do these goal kick restarts. I'm guessing that's not one of his strong points.
I'm guessing not.
Something he can work on. Kahawks in control of the game and the ball as Gonzalez moves the ball up. Bounces up over here, and Whedon once again trying to track it down. He spun himself out of a spot last time, and this time staying with it a little bit better. And then he runs into Hensler, and that ball gets poked back for Lorsbach. Lorsbach will send the ball back up and back out to midfield off of the chest of Hammond. Works the ball over to Bykanik. Bykanik back to the defense, and Doria. We have 90 seconds left to play in this one.
All that space, Justin. Take it.
And a shot that's going to roll right to Harden, and he'll just spin down and scoop it up. Harden sends the ball back out to midfield. Off of a head, comes back down onto the feet of Hammond. Now over to Hensler. Hensler will send the ball over onto the far side for Doria. He'll send the ball up off of the chest there of Gavin Null. And then Alton sends it back down. We're under a minute to go. Collinsville will move on. They'll be back here Saturday. Saturday afternoon. That game is scheduled for 5 o'clock, just like this one was. So Saturday afternoon, Collinsville will be back here. And they'll play either Quincy or Belleville East. And then after that, we're all heading over to LC's to watch the football playoff pairing show.
Oh, nice. They're having a show.
Yeah, they do. The IHSA puts on one every year. They have for a couple of years. And we'll find out who Collinsville is playing and where and what time and all that good stuff. And it'd be beneficial for the Cahoks to win their senior night game against Centralia so they can guarantee themselves a home game. If they lose, then no telling where you're going to play. Final seconds tick off, and that's a winner for your Collinsville Cahoks. They'll win this one by a score of 4-0, and they'll pick up their 14th win in a row, and they'll improve their overall record to 18-3-2. Well, Mr. Borm, it was kind of a weird start, man. It was a 1-0 first half by Collinsville, and then after that, the rest of the half just kind of was weird.
That's a great way to put it, Todd. You know, it was just not a traditional Kahok start, or at least might have been a little bit similar to how they started the season, you know, where they were struggling to score goals. But to me, the pace of the play was slow. Things were lethargic. But you know what? In the end, it's a W. We got one win in, 6 more to go, right?
Second half was a lot better, don't you think?
A lot better.
Yeah. All right, sir, thank you very much. We'll see you back here Saturday, eh?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Brett Borum on the other microphone, and we will move on into the post-game show brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. Chiropractic Works in Collinsville been doing their thing since 2012, and that thing would be offering catering, some of the best home-cooked food in the area, and don't forget it is the home of the Kahok Chicken Sandwich. Cafe Agape, 345 Cafe. That's 345-2233. We're back with the post-game show in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345 Cafe. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former Kahok Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. And we welcome you back into the Cafe Agape postgame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one tonight by a score of 4-0. They will move on to Saturday afternoon's regional championship game against either Quincy or Belleville East, as they are on the turf right now practicing for their game that was scheduled for a 6:30 start. Joining us on the post-game show is Junior Hugo Gonzalez. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
All right, so you got to have a front row seat to the first half of this game. Myself and Brett Borm were up here talking about it during that first half and said, this is one weird first half, man. Give me your perspective on what you saw from your team in the first half.
Yeah, the first half, we started off a little shaky. It took us a little bit to get everything down and play how we play. But towards the end of the half, we certainly got it down, and by the second half, we were going pretty good.
Oh, yeah, tell the two halves there, man. 1 goal in the first half and 3 goals in the second half.
Yeah.
So what did you guys talk about at halftime that you think might have made the difference?
Halftime, we really just talked about playing our game. We weren't really playing how we usually play, like how we've been playing the past couple games, and it was really just about getting back into the rhythm of things.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Yeah, was it nerves?
I'm not sure. Maybe going into the playoffs, but I think it was just. I'm not sure, to be honest, but it was just good that we got it out of the way.
Yeah, it is. You got to play a little bit there in the last 10 minutes of the second half. What did you see while you were out there playing?
It was fun to be out there. I was watching us connect passes. We were playing how we usually play, and we were creating a lot of chances, working the ball good. It was just good play.
You guys going home now, or are you going to sit here and watch some of this game?
I believe we're going to stay and watch Quincy and East play. Yeah.
All right, cool, man. Congratulations on the win. Go hang out with your teammates.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, Hugo Gonzalez, one of the victorious Collinsville Kahok soccer players here tonight as they win by a score of 4-0, and that is going to do it for us. We're back in action tomorrow. We're back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. We have the season finale for your Lady Kahok volleyball team as they take on the Belleville East Lady Lancers. And then, of course, Friday we're back home for the season finale of the football season and senior night as Centralia comes to town. And then Saturday we'll be back here for the regional championship game as Collinsville will take on either Quincy or Belleville East. A big thank you to head coach Rob Lugi joining us on the pregame show. A big thank you to Chris Kettler manning the camera for us, and to Brett Borm on the other microphone, and of course to Hugo Gonzalez, who just joined us here on the postgame program. My name is Todd Duke, and until tomorrow night, everyone have yourselves a fantastic rest of this evening.